Hola mi gente, welcome back to the tea. Hello to all of you. Hello to my new subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. So you might be wondering why I am standing here in a bikini. Well, I am going to do a try-on for you for sure. I have one special dress that I wanted to try on, so it has its own video. It's like literally just this dress. But before I did try that on, I wanted to talk about something on here. I'm all for like being like all-inclusive and welcoming all bodies, shapes, types, sizes, everything. You know, we all are different. We all have different shapes and sizes. And growing up, I was always a girl who struggled with gaining weight. I was really, really skinny as a child. Through like middle school, like late elementary school, middle school, I was called olive oil because I was too skinny, but I was always like, you know, tall and lean. So it was always a struggle for me to gain weight, even throughout, you know, my pregnancies and things like that. So I remember, I think it was like 2018, I hired a trainer and I decided I wanted to get into like the best shape ever. The trainer I hired was to gain weight and build muscle and become the strongest version of myself, which really was what I wanted to achieve at that time. That's what I wanted. So and I did just that. I was eating every 2 to 3 hours. I was working out at least 3 days a week. Ideally, you know, it should have probably been like 4, but 3 days was the goal of cardio and intensive weight training because I wasn't trying to lose weight. I was actually trying to gain weight, build muscle. So I had to make sure I was eating a lot of food, but the right foods, not just going to like Burger King or McDonald's or eating greasy or fat foods. You know, it really had to be lean foods like sweet potatoes, brown rice, chicken, steak, you know, those kinds of things, beans, a lot of, and vegetables, obviously, and things like that, but more of healthy foods, the right foods, and on a consistent basis, and then together with working out. So that was in like 2018. I want to say that if I had to look back and, you know, in my adulthood, say which part was or where in my life did I feel like I felt the best about my body and how I looked, I would say it was probably like 2019, 2020. I think I looked the best. I have a petite frame to begin with, and that's one thing that I think a lot of people do have to understand. Yes, we can all change our bodies as far as like working out, losing weight, gaining weight, building muscle, which looks amazing. And you can do that to where you want to. I remember my trainer at the time said that I would be a great candidate to do like, what are the competitions, you know, like the bodybuilding competition type things. I didn't want to get that lean or, you know, built. I really just wanted to tone and have muscle, but still have a soft, feminine look to my body. I still wanted those soft curves. I like more of a curvy body. But you can't change your bone structure. You know, some people are more broad in the arms. I have very petite arms and they're very tiny. Growing them is hard. My arms are probably like the weakest thing on my body. My legs are really pretty strong. And even though I was skinny, even when I was really skinny, I always had a bottom to me. Like I always had a butt. So, you know, I had a nice size butt. So once I did really start gaining weight and working out and working on all of that, like my butt and my legs got really nice and strong. Like that's the best way to describe it. It's not about like, you know, but it's about just being strong and looking and feeling amazing in your clothes. Like nothing to me feels better than that, you know? And with that comes being healthy, like being a healthy individual for yourself, for your children, but first and most importantly, yourself. So I don't know. I think it's very important. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're so shallow or full of yourself or whatever, what have you, take it as you want. It's all about being healthy. It's never been a thing of obsessing like, oh my God, I got to watch what I eat. I eat what I want in moderation. I don't deprive myself. I don't talk about food or dieting or anything in front of my children. It's more so like, oh, it's never restricting or limiting food, but it's all about like, oh, okay, I'm going to the gym or I'm going to go work out, or, you know, and I kind of like keep it to that because you want a healthy relationship with weight and with your goals and what they are. You know, you want it to be realistic, and most importantly, you want it to be healthy. I can't stress that enough. So, and that's how it's always been for me. Luckily, you know, I remember back in like my late teens and 20s going to the gym with one of my best friends, and we would go to the gym and be working out. We were like sticks. We were literally sticks. And I don't even like, we would just sit there and like play on all the machines and really didn't have an idea what we were doing. But the crowd we hung out with, you know, they were strong and built and they would go to the gym. So we wanted to go to the gym, but even though we didn't really know we were doing back then, I'm grateful that we did it all those years, because it kept me in that cycle and that momentum that I've always been a person that goes to the gym. I love working out. I find the time to do it. I don't care how hard it is. It is one of those things that makes me happy. You know, even if I can only go that day and get in a 30-minute walk on the treadmill with a high intensity, high incline, that to me, like it just makes my day. I feel so much better. It releases those good endorphins that you want. And, you know, you just feel better about yourself overall, which is what you want. So I personally, I love the gym. I think, you know, you should try it if it's something, and no matter what shape you're in, take that step of doing whatever it is that's going to help you get to the goals you want to achieve. It is October. It's almost November. Let's have the best bodies that we can come summer. You know, now's your time to really build that up. So the reason I'm making this video is because I want to be in the best shape I've ever been, starting now. I wanted to document it. I wanted to, you know, have a video. One, I want to encourage other people, and I want them to take a look at their health habits and make those changes for themselves. But I also want to document it for myself and hold myself accountable and be able to look back at where I started at, you know, from this point, from today going forward. Like I said, I think the best shape that I was ever in would be like 2019, 2020. So for me, and then COVID happened and gyms shut down. I did go back, and I've always been consistent since, but I only worked with my trainer a short bit of time after that. And, you know, and now when I work out pretty much alone and with friends. So I don't have a trainer. I don't have that consistency, like that person holding me accountable, telling me what to do. Like if I want to take a 3-minute break in between sets, I do, you know, and I think it's so much better when you do have a trainer, like making you do what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to hold myself accountable. This is where I'm starting, and I'm going to be documenting my journey of, you know, what I eat or what I'm trying to eat. Like I said, I'm not going to deprive myself. I love what I love. I'm going to treat myself. you know, but in moderation. I try not to overdo anything. We all have our days, right? And that's totally fine. It's life. You only get one. You want to live it. You want to enjoy it. You want to, make the most of it, right? So I'm not going to like be depriving myself, but I am going to try to just be better from here on out going forward. But really when it comes to the gym, like go really hard with my workouts, and just really strive to see the difference. I want to see the difference. I want to try to document things weekly, if not maybe every other week. It might even be monthly, depending on like my schedule and the time that I have to really document this. The gym and stuff, I'll definitely be making the time for that. It's just, you know, me having the time to record and, you know, really like show what's changed and what I can feel changing in my body. So, yeah, so let's see, you know, this is my starting point. This is where I'm starting. I am 130 pounds. I'm 5'7". So, you know, it's not bad to start out. And my goal is to become super lean and a lot of definition. So for me, it's not about gaining weight or losing weight right now at all. That's not really where I'm focused. I'm just focusing on being stronger, having more definition and staying lean. So for me, that's going to mean gaining muscle. And, you know, you obviously know that with gaining muscle, you're going to be gaining weight. And, you know, I think that's where people get a little freaked out, but that's okay. You know, I always say, like, you shouldn't really look at the scale too much, because I weigh more now, but I feel better now, especially when I have clothes on, you know, in dresses and stuff. I could see, like, when you feel good in your clothes, you should go by how you feel in clothes and certain things that you're wearing. If you feel good in that, you shouldn't really worry about what the scale says, you know, if you're not overweight or anything like that. But if you do feel like, okay, I just want to build muscle, you should just focus on how you look. Take pictures, you know, take video, whatever it is that's going to show you how you've improved, what you've changed, and, you know, the progress that you're making, really. So this is where I'm starting. I am a size like 4 or 5, usually a small, sometimes a medium. I run between a small and a medium. I've always said I'm a medium. So like I run in between those 2 sizes. I feel really good where I'm at. I just want to get super, super toned, and I want to build muscle. I'm back to wanting that for myself. So, and I'm really excited. So if you are from the New Jersey area and you're a trainer, let me know, because I would love to work with someone again. But yeah, so that was my whole workout rant and what I wanted to talk about as far as, like, you know, body positivity, and just take that step. Hopefully I can encourage someone out there to do it. And yeah, so let me just quickly show. I'm going to just show really fast. This is where I'm at. There's the back. Okay. Like I said, toning, building. We will welcome with open arms the nice bigger booty that I'm always going for, and naturally, obviously. Other than breast augmentation, I've never done anything to my body as far as plastic surgery goes. I'd like to do that naturally, building muscle. I definitely would love that. That's fine. But keeping the waist tiny, of course. Right? I think that's what girls actually go and pay for. So we're going to try to do that the natural and healthy way, but not too much. I don't want to go too crazy. Like I said, I still want that softness, that feminine girly to my body. You know, I don't want to go like too crazy. Not that it doesn't look good, because trust me, it looks amazing on women. I think women that are tall and thin and have no fat on them and no muscle look amazing. I think women that are shorter and thicker, or tall and thicker, they rock it well. Every women's bodies are amazing. They're truly beautiful. You know, so I think you just do what's best for you. You can't please everyone. You know, what might be perfect to someone might not be, you know, they might be into something else, and that's okay. It's just, that's why you have to just do for you. So, okay, enough of that. I've talked for a long time. Okay, so enough of that. I talked for long enough. So this dress is a Jovani dress. It's from, the designer is Jovani. It is from Castle Couture. So if you are from the Jersey area, you know that Castle Couture is, it's a designer store. It has bridal gowns, dresses, all kind of high-end designer, beautiful, beautiful gowns for special occasions. It is in Manalapan, New Jersey. If you haven't been there, check it out. If you have, share with me what you've bought there. It is amazing. I got this dress a long time ago, and if you look at it, what does it remind you of? Totally reminds me of the Britney Spears Toxic video. If you haven't seen it, I will link it down below. I'm sure everyone out there has seen it. It's a one piece that she's wearing. It's kind of like nude, and she has like these strategically placed little rhinestones all over her body. So beautiful. I've been to every single concert of hers. I was like Britney obsessed, for those who know. So when she took up her residency in Vegas, I went twice to go see her, and I had gotten this dress back then specifically just for that, because it reminded me of her, and it's perfect and it's beautiful. So, yeah, so this is a dress. It's by Jovani. And I always put after I get it cleaned, I always put the little tag back on it. It has the little extra rhinestones just because it's so beautiful and important and special to me. I just love this dress, but it's just the regular little mini dress, long sleeves. It has a zipper up the back halfway. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's by Jovani. She carries her dresses at Castle Couture or online. You could look online also. And I will try to find photos. I haven't worn this dress in many, many years. I need somewhere to wear this. Somewhere special, hopefully. But it's a size 6 for reference. And yeah, and I'll go ahead and insert some Britney photos wearing this. I'll try. Without further ado, let me get this on for you. Gorgeous dress. Tell me this thing is not just absolutely stunning. It is so freaking gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I forgot how beautiful this dress is. And if you look at their dresses, Jovani dresses, you will see that they are all, like, if you ever need a really good dress for something special, check the website out. If you're local to Castle Couture, you can go check some out there, and I'm sure they have it, you know, other places too, but just so pretty. It also has zippers on the sleeves as well. I think I forgot to mention before. So it has a zipper here, and it's the same thing on the other side, and just on half the back. So it is just like, look at how beautiful this is. I wore this, like I said, I wore this dress a very, very long time ago. I paired this with Giuseppe Zanotti heels. If you know, those things were such a huge trending shoe years ago. I think like circa 2016 or something like that, with like the leaves up the foot. If I have time, I will record a little snippet of the shoe and insert it just to show you the heels that I did wear with it because it was so pretty and so fun. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time. But this is the dress and this is the back. So freaking pretty. I can't even deal. Oh my gosh, I just like want to wear it somewhere. So I wore this dress 3 times since I've got it. I wore it twice in Vegas and then once in the city, but it is definitely a dress for like special occasions, for me at least. All right, guys. Like I've said, I will update you on my fitness journey and progress that I make weekly. I'm definitely going to be recording it on my phone, this way I can kind of incorporate it into an update for here, as far as like working out, what I'm doing in the gym, what workouts I'm doing, and I'll try to do what I'm eating also, just so that I can be on more of like a healthier path, and then do my updates on here, and we can see the changes that are happening together. And hopefully this is cheers to the best that I've felt or have looked. I think it's just good to be healthy, and feel good about yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up this video, and leave some love down below. As always, for any other extra info or as far as like becoming a member or anything like that, the information will be down below. You can check that out. But thanks for watching, guys. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.